Tuesday night, you know what it means? It means YouTube Live. And tonight our guest is Maxime Desruisseaux, head coach and GM of the Val-D'Or Foreurs. Maxime, thank you for joining us. How are you?
Really good. Thank you, Alexandre. Really happy to be there also.
Well, it's great to have you today. It's not often that we have a GM to chat with us, so we'll get a little bit in your daily routine. We'll talk about your team. We'll talk about your career also, because you played in this league. Maybe people don't remember. Maybe some do remember that you played in this league, and we'll talk about this. But how was your summer? How is the summer of a GM in the Q?
You know what? It's a gym in the queue. We always work. It's 12 months per year, but at one point we got to take time with our family. That's really important. But obviously we have the draft in June. We have the draft in June. Afterwards, we have to plan all the training camp. We start in August, but. Like I said, it's important to be ready with the coaching staff and make sure we take care of all the planning and all the stuff for the training camp. So, but also the other thing is really important, that the time that we have, all the season it's busy. We don't have a lot of time with our coaching staff, so sometimes it's good to have time with them. Just make sure we plan the season. So that's what I like to do during the summer. The other thing, like I said, we have to take care of our family. It's really important. So during the winter, we don't have a lot of time with them. So I like to plan good times. My son is really young, 8 years old. My daughter's only 4 years old also. So it's fun to go to the beach with them, play outside with them. So I try to spend time with them also during the summer, because like I said, during the winter we don't have a lot of time. So that's the reason why we try to spend time with them.
Be honest, is it easy to disconnect from hockey? Is even when you're on the beach, is your mind still on hockey, or you're able to just disconnect and focus on anything else, because the rest of the year you're basically all hockey?
It's hard to do it. It's hard to do it, but we have to, because at one point we gotta, to reset and to make sure we fill the battery for the season, for the next season. But like you said, because it's 12 months, 12 months per year. We want to try to improve our team, to make sure we have the right solution. Sometimes it's the European tryout. So there's a lot of things that we want to work on during the summer to make sure we have the best team we can have on the ice for the beginning of the season. But yes, it's hard to it's hard to reset and don't think about hockey during the summer. But it's okay at the same time, because that's my job. That's our job. I'm not alone in that. And but it's fun to, it's hockey, so but it's a big challenge to manage all that. Yeah,
of course it is. And before we get in the hockey stuff, and we have a lot of stuff to talk about, but maybe talk to us about the importance of your family in your life, because obviously there's not really such thing as a balance when you're in hockey for a living, whether you're a player, whether you're a coach, and whether it's junior, whether it's pro. But talk to me how important it is to have some kind of balance with your family when you get home and see your children smiling, and see, I guess, your girlfriend, your wife, whatever. How important it is to kind of keep a little balance.
I think that's the most important thing. Because yes, we're at the rink like between 6 and 7 in the morning till 5 or 6 at night. So when you're at home, you got to be 100% there to make sure. I know it's not a lot of time with them, but at least when we're there, we try to be 100% with them, and completely with them. So that's really important to have a balance. And but the other thing, it's to manage our schedule, to try to plan, okay, next week, what can we plan with them to make sure we have a good time with them. Sometimes it's not a lot of time, but at least if we plan good time with them, I think that's the the good thing to do to make sure we, like you said, to try to balance everything. And so that's the most important thing. And since I have the boat job here in Val-D'Or, that's what I try to do every week to make sure, like you said, I have the right balance with everyone.
What do you do to take time off or take your head off out of hockey? Is there any, I don't know, thing you do? Is it board games or whatever? Is it, I don't know, you're watching TV? What takes your mind off hockey?
Well, you know what? I played. We played golf last week here in Val-D'Or, so it was 9 hole. But I try to sometimes just to disconnect and go play golf sometimes when I have time to. So I like that. My girlfriend, she likes to play golf too, so that's nice. With my son, my son just started play hockey also, so sometimes I spend time with him, but at the rink. But you know what? It's okay. He appreciate the time when I put my skate on and I jump on the ice with him also. So and my little daughter, 4 years old, but she likes to. She just want to play with us. You know what I mean? Even if I go outside. Do bicycle or whatever, we can do everything, but when we are there, she really appreciate that. So but it's to take time with them. That's the most important thing.
That's awesome. If you're watching live, you have question for us, a question for Max. As I said, he's the GM and head coach of the Val-D'Or Foreurs. If you have question for him, that's why we do this kind of interviews live. It's so you can ask a question. So if you have question, feel free to put questions in the comments, and we'll ask Max your question. Last thing before we get into real stuff of hockey. I said you talk about your son starting playing hockey. Do you coach him already? Do you try to I don't know, stay out of it? Is it easier for you to just stay out of it, or do you coach him a little bit?
I would like to, but I don't have time to. But no. Well, when I have the chance to step on the ice with him, he's really, really happy. He already want to be drafted by the Foreurs, but he's too young. But it's fun every time I have a chance to go on the ice with them and with his friend also. To be on the ice, spend time with them, share some tips. So I likes to do it, but no, I don't coach him. So because obviously we don't have a lot of time during the winter to be there, every week. But I like to spend time with him and to jump skate with him and share a couple of tips, like I just said. But no, I'm not behind the bench.
All right, we'll talk about when you're behind the bench and when you're behind your desk as a coach and GM a little bit later. We'll come back on that. But I said at the beginning that you played in this league. You had a elite career as a hockey player. I mean, not a lot of people make it to the Q. Maybe you want to talk to us about your career. How did you like it playing in the Q in the 2000, and what are your best memories of it?
Oh, you know what? A lot of good memories. But I spent 3 years in Moncton for the Moncton Wildcats, and we had three beautiful years over there. I had the chance to play with Steve Bernier, Carl Gagné, so still my friends today. So I spend time with them. So every time I play in Quebec City, they come and see me. So obviously we had a lot of good time. We went in final also my 3rd years over there. Even my billets at that time still my friends today. Every time with the Foreurs we played in Moncton, they come and see us. So that's what the life and the time we spend over there, and the friends we connect with over there. It was a really good time. So I'm really happy. After my 3 years in Moncton, my last year as an overage. I've been traded to Rimouski. A lot of good time. There's also where I had the chance to play with Sidney Crosby. So for sure it was something really special at that time. And to play play with him, but also to play in front of sold out crowd every night, everywhere we played in the Q. So that was really fun to play in Rimouski. And seriously, I really enjoyed my 4 years. My 4 years in the Q, and now, like you see, I'm still in the Q. I like the job I have, and I learned a lot at this time. And now I'm a coach, GM, and I really appreciate everything in the league. Yeah.
All right, you were talking about a couple of players that you played with. Let's start with the obvious one, Sidney Crosby. How was it to play with one player who would become one of the best player of the game ever? How was it?
Hey, you know what? And it's I in the training camp, I saw that. I think the first or second practice in the training camp, and I had 20 years old at this time. He was 17, and it's special because some players are in the lines during the practice, and they want to. You look what's going on the ice. You're not sure if if you're gonna play against who you're gonna face, but him. He wanted to play against the 19 years old, the 20 years old at this time. So that was fun to, hey, let me go. I want to play against. So that was already his mindset, even at 17 years old. Every battle, it was fun he compete everywhere, every day, every practice, every workout. His work ethic was unbelievable. So that was fun. Really, really. Really good experience to see that every day by a young player like this, and there's a reason why he's there where he is right now. But that was pretty nice to and also to have the chance to play with him at this time. Yeah,
I know you're still in hockey, and maybe it didn't sink in yet, but I mean, do you realize that you'll be able to tell your kids later that I played with that guy? I passed the puck to that guy. I mean, obviously you were at the right place at the right time, but do you? I don't know if proud is the good word, but do you feel like, is it like great memories to have played with one of the best talent the game has ever seen?
Yeah. It's like you said. I was at the right place at the right moment. I agree with you, and like you said, I have a beautiful picture at home. Like I have my arms in the air. That I just received a pass from Sidney, but also it's fun to have the chance to play with some player like this. But the other thing, like I said, Steve Bernier, I said Corey Crawford in Moncton, I said Cal Gagné, Kevin Hamel. Today, every summer, you asked me what I did last summer, but every summer we have like a meal all together with, it's also the friends that you have for the rest of your life, and we spent 3 years all together in Moncton. And like you said, it's fun because I play with Sidney, but Sidney, he's not from Quebec, he's so I don't I saw him maybe like once a year, every year after, because we had a tournament in Magog, à Bout de Souffle. I don't know if you remember le à Bout de Souffle. So I saw Sidney for like 6 years in a row afterwards, but now I don't see him often, because he's busy, I'm busy, so that's another reason why. But now my friends from Quebec, we all always have like once or 2 times per year, like, where we all eat together in the interview. They come in Quebec City to see me and coach, and they still looking what's going on with me in the queue. So it's really fun, and the chemistry we had together, it's still like it was yesterday. You know what I mean? So we built something special over those 3 years that over there, and we built something really special. When you go in final with your friends, your teammates, it's looked like it's forever after. Eh? So it's really fun to be close to them today.
I know you don't have a lot of time, but do you still play sometime? Do you still play for fun? Are you in a league somewhere? Do you play with old teammates? I don't know, with former pros? Do you still play a little bit?
You know what? It's we have the chance here in Val-d'Or to have like a whole timer league, like I like to say. and during the afternoon, so it's fun. Sometimes I try to play once a week, but sometimes when we are on the road, it's impossible. But I like to, yeah, with my two assistant coach, even my equipment manager, that we like to step on the ice. So it's really fun that we have the chance to do it here.
You still got it? Can you show? Could you show off in front of your players a little bit?
Well, you know what? I'm a stay-home defenseman. I like to move the puck, and it's okay like that. Yeah.
That all right. That's awesome. All right, let's talk about your job as a GM and as a coach. But first of all, I want to ask something, because I mean, coaching in the Q is already a more than a full-time job, and I'm curious, when you get offered, and it's actually often in junior hockey, both job. I mean, GM and head coach. Do you, I don't know, hesitate? Do you ask yourself, do I really want to do that, or is that something you really want to do? Manage both job and have like a full hand on the team, or is this something like an easy decision to make?
Well, you know what? After my junior career, I went to the university to become a teacher, eh? And afterwards, I started with a hockey school, and I got hired by the Collège Claretin in Victoriaville, and so I started coaching over there. And I said, okay, I'm good at it, and I like it, So it's always everything gets started, but. And I became assistant coach with the Victoriaville Tigers, and but it wasn't in my plan to become GM, to be honest. But at the end of the day, now I have the chance and the challenge to do it. So I'm really and the opportunity to do it. So I'm really happy of it. But it's something really special, and it's something that I really appreciate. That when you have the chance and the challenge to build a team, have the chance to work with kids every day. That's their passion. You know what I mean? So they want to become better hockey player. They want to become. They like to be on the ice every day. So we have. It's a beautiful opportunity for us, but it's also we are lucky to do it. It's a privilege for me to be on the ice with kids every day, that they want to become a better hockey player, that they want to learn. So we have the chance to share with them that what we know the best. And so I'm really happy, and I'm really appreciate the opportunity that I have here in Val-d'Or to do both jobs. Yeah.
Be honest. Is it a lot more pressure? Because if players don't do well on the ice, you're part of the responsibility. If the team is not what it should be off the ice or on the ice, it's like, since you have all the roles, is it a lot more pressure, and is it more harder for you to, I don't know, sleep at night because everything is on your hand in some way?
You know what? For me, it's not more pressure. It's more. I want to use the right word, but it's when you get prepared, when you do the right thing, when you do your best every day, when you get up in the morning and you're at the ring early and you do what you have to do. Sometimes, you know what, you will spend 12 hours at the rink and you will win 4-1. The day after, you will spend the same times. You're gonna do the same recipe that you did the day before, and you might lose, 3-1. And that's going to be the same word that's going to get out of your mouth, the same speech. Maybe you did that speech the year before that was outstanding with the group you had at this time, and you're going to do the same thing, 2 years later, and it doesn't work. So, but it's more the challenge that we have. So I don't feel the pressure, but I like the challenge though, and it's more an opportunity, and I really appreciate it, and we are lucky to do it. You know what I mean? So every day for me, we don't go out at the rink to work. We go at the rink to make sure everyone's get better, have fun, they smile. So that's really important for me. And like I said, you see, I still have stars in my eyes right now. So yeah. I really like what I do. I really appreciate my time here, and so is it pressure? Obviously, at one point you gotta make sure everyone progress. But that's my goal, And every day, that's the reason why I go to the ring, because I have fun. I like the with who I work around me. So that's really important. And when I see that the kids working really hard on the ice so it's kind of
The reward.
at the end of the day, I said I did my job today. I think they appreciate, they smile, they had fun, they progress. So I don't talk about pressure. I talk about we have a really good chance to do what we do every day. So we have to le savourer. I don't know how to say that in English, but we have to savour all this every day.
Pressure is a privilege. That's what they say, right?
Yes. Yes.
All right, that's an awesome answer. I like that answer. All right, let's talk about your team now, because obviously you're coaching a team. How do you see the Val-D'Or Foreurs this year? Obviously, you're in the process of rebuilding the team. The team should be better than last year. How do you see your team this year, and what are your main goal for your team this year?
You know what? We have. I'm really happy with everything's going on right now. We have a young team, but a skilled teams, and pretty young. I think we have the second or third youngest team in the league right now, but a lot of talent. The other thing, they're really, and it was really important for us as a coaching staff, but I really like their open mindset. They want to learn every day. They ask for questions, so that's really, really fun to go to the rink right now and work with them. I like the way they work. Also, it's fun when they ask questions. It's fun when they work, but it's also we really appreciate as a coaching staff when we see them apply what we show them every day. So and the other thing, we have we have 8 rookies. We have 3 new guys coming from trades. So it's almost half of the team that's new player here in Val-D'Or, but also all the veterans that we have from last year and the year before. So we have a really, really good mix where are overage and also the 19 years old, that they take care of them. So I really feel that we have a special group, but also a really good chemistry. So really, really appreciate the group we work with since the beginning of the training camp.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but there's a couple of players I want to talk about. There's one that his name is spinning a lot. Looking forward to the NHL draft. Philippe Veilleux, what can you talk to us about Veilleux? How skilled he is, what kind of player he is, and how are you going to manage his year as a draft eligible year?
I like to say, but he's a special player. For sure, he's a special player. For sure, I like he's a really skilled player. So it's fun to work with those type of player, because when you have a lot of tools like he has, it's really fun for a coach. You know what I mean? And obviously, he has gold. We have gold. We want to work with him to make sure he's able to reach his goal. So it's a beautiful challenge. It's a beautiful challenge when you work with those type of player. And Philip, he's a really passionate player. Even sometimes, yes, we work on 5-on-5, 3-on-3, but even when it's one against nothing, he's gonna have the same attitude, where he's gonna try the same move or same with the same intensity. So I really like the way he works with and without the puck. So it's really fun to work with Philippe. Like I said, he's a special player, because I didn't see a lot of player with autant the skill that he has. So it's fun it's fun, but also the challenge. It's you want to make sure all the tool he has, that he's gonna get another level with that. And the other thing, you want to make sure he become a complete player. Because at the NHL they all have skills and tools, but you want to make sure he's improve all the rest also, to make sure he's able to reach that. So we have the chance to have him here. I'm really happy. He has a really good season last year with us. and now he's a big part of our leader now this year. So really happy for him, really happy to work with him, and that's going to be a good challenge for him. Yeah.
This might be a weird question. Obviously, I'm not a coach, but when you have that type of player who could be drafted quite high in the next NHL draft, we don't know. There's a lot of things that can happen in the year, but is this something you think when you're behind the bench, this guy is draft eligible, maybe I should give him a little more ice time, or I should put him in different situations so he can progress in that kind of situation? Does it get into your decision, or it doesn't matter? You coach a game for the game, and you don't get anything else into your decision?
Well, you know what? My first thing that it's not les Philippe de Val-d'Or. You know what I mean? At the beginning of the day, it's les Foreurs de Val-d'Or. So we have to think about the team first. But obviously, we want to work with him to make sure he's able to reach his goal, and that's what we want to do every day for him. It's not even it's easy. We want to work with him, but at the end of the day, you know what? I don't believe in. I don't think it happened. It never happened. Even for Sidney Crosby, I don't think he played like 68 beautiful and perfect game, at this time at 16 and 17 years old. So that's going to be the same thing for Philippe. I think he's going to have some outstanding game, and he's going to have other day that maybe I'm going to have to manage differently. But for sure, we want him to have success and to show what he's able to do to the scout who's going to be there to see him. But at the end of the day, it's les Foreurs. But you know what, Philippe, but anyways, it's not something hard to manage when you have a player like this, because he wants to make the difference every night. So
we're almost done in English. So if you're watching live, you have questions for Max. It's pretty much last call. I do have my last question for you. I was talking about Veilleux, who had his rookie year last year, but I think, and maybe you have more rookies that are exciting, but I've spotted two rookies that could open a lot of eyes in Val-d'Or this year, Cossette and Gauchi. Maybe you can talk to us about those two guys that you drafted this year.
Yeah. I'm really happy to have two big defensemen, two right defensemen with us. Benjamin Cossette. Really happy. We had the chance to select him second overall last draft and last entry draft, and really mobile defenseman. He likes to play in both. I like to say that he's a two-way player. You know what I mean? He's not only a quarterback, but he's also really good to defend, and he's really good on breakout also. So a really good IQ, really good hockey IQ. So and the other thing, it's something really important for us, but he's also a really good person. So I like the way I like the way he plays right now, and he's going to be a big piece for us in this year, but also with the upcoming year. The other thing with Jacob Gauchi, he's from Moncton.
He speaks French, right?
Yeah, he speaks Acadien. I would say Acadien. No, he's a really good kid. He's a big kid. He likes the physical play. He likes to. He has a really good hard shot. Also, he already have a mature physical. Yeah. So he's hard to play against. He's really hard on puck. I like the way he see the game. I like, for us, it's good. We play Rouyn-Noranda maybe 12 times per year. So you got to be ready when you go play in Rouyn-Noranda. And he's that type of player that he really like that type of game, physical game. So we're really happy to have Jacob here in Val-d'Or.
Well, Max, thank you so much for doing this in English. If you're watching right now, you want to hear Max in French, we're going to do an interview in French also. So, Max, thank you so much for doing this, and looking forward to follow the Val-d'Or Foreurs this year.
I really appreciate it, Alexandre. Merci beaucoup. Thank you.